Alright then, so I wanted to make this quick video for the guys over at MTG Finance. Recently saw a thread where a lot of people were talking about how to mail cards and cards that they've had mailed in really shitty, really shitty ways that have just destroyed the cards. I'm an eBay seller. I do thousands of transactions a year. I do this for a living basically, and I want to show you guys the proper way to ship a card when you are shipping it in a plain white envelope. Now, there are a lot of people who will say, never ship in a plain white envelope, always use one of these down here. Always use a bubble mailer. I say bullshit, you do not always need to use a bubble mailer. Now, if you're shipping something like this, a near mint cradle, then yes, you ship it in a bloody bubble mailer. You ship this in that, I will fucking stab you. Okay? But for me, if I'm shipping anything under $30, I just use a plain white envelope, both domestically and internationally, though I personally don't ship internationally if the order is over $30, since the cost is very exorbitant here in Australia. So, plain white envelope is perfectly fine for shipping something like, let's just grab a random card here. Here we go, let's grab a Borbrugmas Enraged. We're gonna ship this to somebody. So we've got their order and everything. What we're gonna do is, well, first of all, we'll put our return address on top. I have a stamp that does it, but you know, whatever. Then, what we're going to do is we're going to grab a top loader. Yes, top loader. Standard, I believe these are the 2mm thick top loaders. 3x4 or something. I'm not sure. I get these for, like, I get 2,000 of them for about 150 bucks from an American seller that I work out a deal with. Very cheap. I pay 7 to 10 cents for these, depending on how much. And it's all factored into my postage cost. So, well, first of all, we're going to make sure that the card has a sleeve on it. So I just use penny sleeves. Once again, I buy them in bulk, very, very cheap. And we're going to put the Borbrugmas Enraged inside the top loader, knock it down, and there he is. Now, we're going to need to secure the top. Now, there's two ways you can do this. For more expensive cards that I put in the bubble mailers, I like to just slip them in team bags. You can definitely do that. And they just close up the top. But team bags are considerably more expensive than just normal penny sleeves, so you don't really want to do that for smaller value cards. Instead, just grab a piece of paper. This is the professor's method. I literally just get big pieces of paper, I cut them up into little squares, you just put it on top like that. Grab the sticky tape. One there, holds it there, as you can see. One there, holds it there. There you go. Now that is not going anywhere. That is staying in there no matter what happens. Okay? Next, we're going to grab just a standard piece of white paper. Nothing special here. And we're going to put it right on the top there. Go grab another small piece of sticky tape. And we're going to put it right up the top there. And then we're going to fold this part over like that. And we're going to do this. There we go. It's all sealed up. Doesn't have to be perfect around the edges as long as it fits in the envelope. Pop that down there like that. So a little bit of tape there, just to hold it shut. Pop it in the envelope. Seal her up. And for safety, I see a lot of people not doing this. You don't really have to, but I just like doing it. Put a sticker tape there. Perfect. And that is how you can ship anything without... the cards would never be damaged if you ship them like this, okay? Unless, you know, they just get destroyed in the mailing machine or something, which I have never had happen. I've never had a single complaint on eBay in thousands of transactions for a card that's been damaged in shipping. Never. I've had cards get, quote-unquote, lost, or maybe legitimately lost, sure, but I've never had a complaint for damaged shipping like this. And look, you know, let's say we get this card and we get it in the mail. Okay, sure, let's open it up. Easy enough to get that tape off. Cool. Open this up. Pull this out. Oh, that's cool. Alright. Peel it off. There's our card. Completely undamaged. As you can see, it might go right to the top of the top loader, but it's not going to go off. There's also no tape at the top of the top loader. I'm going to show you why that's wrong. But in there, just pull it off. If you want to reuse the top loader, just pull that piece of tape off. Rip off this piece of paper, chuck that in the bin. And then we can just... well, that came out of the penny sleeve. Generally, you want to dig in there to get it, but there you go. Perfect, arrives in great condition. No issues. It will never be damaged in shipping this way, barring, you know, just negligence by the post office. This is the way you want to ship cards if you're shipping lower value cards. Obviously, if you're shipping higher value stuff, then, you know, pop this in here like that, pop it in a team bag, and chuck it in a bubble mailer. Doesn't matter if it moves around in there, it'll still get there fine. That's if you want to add tracking and stuff. I'm in Australia. Obviously, depending on what country you're in, it will be different. But there are a bunch of things you don't want to do. that I see a lot of people doing. Okay? You do not want to do this. Okay? You do not want to do that. You do not want to put a piece of tape at the top. Why? Because when this card goes down, what's going to happen is it's going to impact on that tape. And it can actually damage the card. But there's a second reason why you don't do that. Now you might this is bad. I've also seen this before, by the way. I've also seen someone get a big piece of tape. Just do it like that. Looks good, right? It's not going to go out. Yeah, it's not going to fall out, but it's going to damage the top of your card. And also, how do I open this? You know, like what? Now, it's easy enough for me to open now, but if it's been sitting there for a few days, the tape will get stuck on there really bad. So the only way I can open it is, I mean, if I get like a knife or a pair of scissors or something, like, I mean, I've got a box cutter here, but let's just say I'm just, you know, a normal person getting cards, and I don't have a box cutter. I'm going to have to use scissors. And this is a really delicate... Imagine if there was, you know, a $50 card in here. How awkward this would be. Trying to get this tape off with a blade, you know, like a centimeter away from the card. Okay, so you do not want to do that. Okay, so yeah, that's basically the way you ship a card. I've never had any issue shipping like this before. I've never had any complaints of things being damaged. This is a great way to ship your cards. Don't listen to the people who say you need a bubble mailer for everything. Yes, expensive stuff, you want a bubble mailer. Do not ship this in a fucking plain white envelope, I swear to God, especially internationally. But even just normal international orders, you can chuck this in a simple envelope. If you're in America, I think they call it like a freedom stamp, and you can just send it off. As long as you do it like this. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. If anyone ever asks how to ship cards, just link them this video. And if you got any questions, put them below, and I'll be happy to help you out. Cheers!